Original bad man. And me get this song for them. Lego. Original bad man. His body baby.
It's V kills.
Catching that vibe. Me and my guys, we are feeling.
So to make a wig, you'll be needing a dome cap or a mesh cap, whichever one you prefer to use. You're going to need thread, needle. If you like to use the straight one or the curved one, I prefer the curved one. That is what I'll be using for this tutorial. You need T-pins to hold down your tracks. It just makes the work a lot more easier. I don't know if you guys can see it. You also need a pair of scissors. You need a canvas head, and of course the hair that you'll be using for your wig. So guys, as you can see, the canvas head that I'm using is a size 22. It works perfectly for the size of my head. So in case you're trying to get a canvas head, you just measure your head to buy the right size. Use your T-pins to secure your wig cap on the mannequin head. So now that you've secured your wig cap to the mannequin head, you're now going to take your lace closure. The hair that I'll be using for this wig tutorial is by Ishow hair. So the hair comes like this with a bag inside that you can store your wig. They sent me a 20-inch closure. So I'm going to take off the hair from the plastic bag. The hair looks like. So guys, this is what the hair looks like. You can see how bouncy the coils are, and they feel really soft. So I'm going to be installing the hair first before washing it, because right now I just don't have the time to wash it. So after installing the hair, I'll go ahead and wash it. I just wanted to quickly show you guys what it looks like straight out of the box. It looks really clean, healthy. It does have a factory smell to it. So this is a 24, 22 inches, and the closure is 20 inches. So I'm going to place the lace closure on the wig cap and bring it out just a tiny bit, and then I'll secure it down with T-pins. So you're going to lay the lace flat on the wig cap, and you secure the both sides at the front down with T-pins, and then you go to the back and you also secure it down with T-pins as well. So at the middle of the head, you're also going to secure it down with a T-pin. And the reason you're doing this is because you want your closure to be as flat as possible. So right now the closure is laying really flat on the wig cap, and that is what you want. So now that the closure has been secured to the wig cap, you're going to take your needle and thread, and you want to make sure you tie a knot at the end of the thread. So you're going to start sewing down your closure. What you don't want to do is sew the elastic, or you want to sew just the fabric. So make sure you're not sewing the elastic, and you also want to make sure you secure this front part very well. So you just want to continue sewing till you get to this end. So you see what I'm doing? I'm making a loop and I'm putting the needle through the loop and then making a knot. That's what you want to do to secure your wig properly. So you want to make a knot. You can even make 2 knots like this, like so, and then you twist it around the needle and pull. Let me do that part again, like this, through the needle, and you pull it. So by doing this, you're making sure that your closure is very secured. So when you get to this part, you're going to make a knot, tie down your thread properly, and then you're going to cut it. So right now I already cut my thread and I made another knot at the end of the thread. So I'm going to start sewing it from this side, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I cut the thread when I got to the end of that other side of the lace closure. So you're also going to sew this till you get to the end right here. Like I said before, make sure you're not sewing the elastic, because if you sew the elastic, by the time you're done with your wig, you will find out that the wig cap will not stretch, and you don't want that, because if your wig cap doesn't stretch, then you have to take off the hair and start all over again. That is too much work. So just make sure you are sewing the fabric and not the elastic. So now that I've gotten to the top part, which is here, I'm also going to cut the thread. I'm going to tie it down just to make sure I secure it properly. So right now I'm going to connect the closure from here to here.
Original bad man, you don't know.
It's VKills.
Standard. Body smoking like a cigarette. Oh, baby, I can smoke it out. Yeah.
So right now our closure is secured to the wig cap. So guys, I'm starting off with the 24 inches because it's the longest, and if you want to double your weft, you can double it, but if you don't want to, you can also do a single weft. For this tutorial, I'll be doing a single weft. So what I like to do, I like to secure my thread on the track first before sewing it to the wig cap. So right now I'm going to start off here, like so, and then back into the track. My baby, oh. I will love you forever, oh. Girl, for your body, I'm a risk it. I'm a risk it. So this is where you need your T-pins. So you position the weft and then you pin it down. You're going to take another T-pin, position it again, so you can see the weft is very much secured into the wig cap. So right now the sewing process is going to be very smooth and easy. T-pin is a lifesaver when you're making a wig, most especially if you're just learning how to make wig. That way you can secure your weft to the cap, and all you need to do is just use your needle and thread to sew. So I recommend that you get your T-pin. You can buy this on AliExpress or on Amazon. I'm going to leave a link to maybe one on AliExpress and one on Amazon, so you guys can go and purchase for yourself. So right now we're just going to start sewing down our tracks. Like I said before, do not sew the elastic, sew the fabric, like sew this one and not the elastic inside. If you sew the elastic, your wig will not stretch. So all these are elastic. You want to avoid sewing through these elastics, even the one inside, these ones, just avoid anything elastic, do not sew them. So before I start making a wig, I like to thread my needle. Let's say I thread up to 12 to 15 needles. That way I won't be running in and out of thread when I'm doing my wigs, because that can be really annoying sometimes. So you're just going to continue sewing till you get to this top part right here. So let me quickly show you guys a trick when changing your needle. So right now you can see I've run out of thread from my first needle, and I'm just going to start with a new one. So this is what you want to do. You just put your needle like so, take it all the way through. When you get to this part, you can put it inside the loop like this, and then you secure it. So you're going to tie both threads together like so. Make a loop and pull it, make a loop, pull it. You can do it 2 to 3 times. So you're now going to cut out the short needle, so that way you have your new thread. So I've gotten to the end of the hair right here. So there are 2 things that you can do now. Is either you fold your tracks or you cut your tracks. So it depends on you, but you just need to know this, that when you cut your tracks, your hair will shed. Personally, I don't like to cut my tracks because I don't like my hair to shed. So I'm going to be folding this over. So I'm going to fold it over like so. Secure it down with T-pin again.
One time never. Them my girls, them a coming over. Bad man, me a wanna lover. Girl come, them a be my lover. Bad man, me a never waste time. Them a girl, them a come, them a never count time. One time, me a never waste time.
So you just repeat the same thing. You keep sewing till you get to the other end.
See the girl, them a slow. Bad man on the road. See the girl, them go down. Original Batman. One time. He's Butty, baby. VQs, mix and big steps. Leg up.
I'm not going to be installing it in a straight pattern.
One time. Standard. One time. It's Butty, baby. Lego. Passing the prime. Them girls, them a come, them a feel alive. One by one, them a step in on me yard, them a enter, them be 2 by 2. Ooh, yeah. man, I tell them me them go slow. Them a feeling on my vibe and see these girls them go down. Ooh wee, on the show now. Oh yeah, see these girls them go down. Ooh wee, and a bad man run the show, and a bad man run the show now. Yeah.
Go digga, she a good digga. Man figure, me na run digga. One nigga say really one digga.
Now me and them see.
Go digga, she a good digga. Man figure, me na run digga. One nigga say really one digga. Call me emergency.
One time me na never. Them a girls, them a coming over. Bad man, me a wanna lover. Girl come, them a be my lover.
Alright guys, I've gotten to the top part of the hair, so I just have this space right here to cover up. And the reason why I want to do this is because when you part the hair, you don't want all of this to be showing. So I'm going to conclude this part of the hair with an extra track, so everything will be nice and smooth.
Go digga, she a good digga. Man figure, me na run digga. One nigga say really one digga.
Now me and them see.
Go digga, she a good digga. Man figure, me na run digga. One nigga say really one digga. Call me emergency.
Original.
So you guys see this, right? So I'm connecting it together with the lace closure. That way there will not be demarcation between the closure and the tracks.
Original Batman.
It's VKills.
She give me pon me heart, say she give me pon me heart. Fine girl, I come in on me heart, say she bounce pon the thing so. Whine it pon me thing so. Put the thing upon me thing, whine it pon me thing so. I say she whine it pon me heart. Man, I give it to her one time, say she want it one time. Whine it pon me heart. Man, I step in at the yard, make the girls them say I not bad man, and they want to say I. She not bad man, they want to fail. Say she give me pon me heart, say she give me pon me thing so. Whine it pon me girl, say she whine it pon me thing so. Move your body pon me thing and whine it pon me thing so.
As you can see, I connected the track and the closure together. That way there will not be demarcation and you'll be able to see where I joined the tracks. So we are done with the wig. This is how you want to end your lace closure. That way when you part your hair, all the tracks will not be showing, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So right now I'm going to part my hair to the style that I want. If yours came with a middle part, you really don't have much work to do, but mine came with a free part, so I'm going to style it the way I want and I will be back. So guys, this is only 3 bundles and a closure. I was sent 4 bundles, but I ended up using only 3. I just want to add more tracks to the back of the hair because I want this back to be full. So it's better to have extra hair left than not having hair to finish up your wig. So if you have extra hair left, you can go back and fill up any space that you like to fill. So instead of not having hair and having to take out hair. But if you have hair left and you want more volume, you can go back and add more tracks at the back or at the middle, anywhere you feel you need more hair. So what you want to do next is to cut out the cap, I mean this piece right here underneath the closure.
Fire can cool me up blazing. Me I be the one that bless me. Them bagger come can't taste me. Them bagger come can't taste me. Bad man, me I know say me a better than them. Them a call me yard, me a better than all. Bad man, me I never back down, stop. Them a mama got me a damn. Me all of them, me a what I done. Tell them okay, what I done, me a done. Tell them let them me a what I want. Tell them me.
So this is what you want to cut out. That way your closure can show properly. So you can see the closure is now showing. So guys, what you want to do now is to cut out the lace. This is what I like to use to cut out my lace. It's an eyebrow razor. So I'm going to use it to cut out the lace. You can use a scissors, but I just prefer to use this one. It makes it look more natural. So kind of give it like a zigzag cutting and not a straight one. Okay guys, so we are finally done customizing our wig, and I'm going to go over and wash this hair and then style it.